Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Marc Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Marc tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out, episode 101. Hope you're all having a great weekend so far. If you missed last week's show, episode 100, you can listen to it on demand as a podcast, of course. And you can do that through your favorite podcast platform, be it iTunes, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spreaker, and so on. Hey, you may be listening to this show now as a podcast instead of your local radio station, but it is last week's episode, June 15th. That was the 100th show, and it was a special from E3, the video game expo held in Los Angeles last week. I had several interviews recorded at this show, so I hope you enjoyed that milestone episode, 100 of Tech It Out. But we do have a stellar show for you today as well. We're going to learn the top 5 things you can do with Amazon Alexa. We're going to speak with a company called Voice Brew. They have an email newsletter and a website dedicated to getting the most out of your favorite smart speaker. So that'll be our first interview in a moment, based on Amazon Alexa smart speakers, that wildly popular smart assistant that many people have. We'll talk with GE Healthcare this hour about a groundbreaking new command center in hospitals and care facilities. It's like pulled out of a movie or a TV show, where it's usually airports and other public places, but now being used in healthcare, and for good reason. We'll talk about that shortly with GE Healthcare. I'll also share some gadget gift ideas for any grad in your home. If you want to get them a graduation gift before that grad goes off to college or joins the workforce, I've got some suggestions for you, about 10 or so. And finally, we're going to learn about a robotic bartender in Montreal that's serving up drinks, joking with patrons, and dancing around too. All of this and more on today's Tech It Out. All right, let's kick things off. Hey, do you love your Amazon Alexa smart speaker? Well, you're not alone. This voice-enabled personal assistant is one of the most popular tech products today. Using Alexa data and user surveys to see what's trending, Voice Brew recently released a report called Voice Brew 22, the 22 best uses for Alexa today. And here to talk with us about it is Catherine Prescott. She's the founder and editor of Voice Brew, and she's an Amazon Alexa expert as well. Welcome, Catherine, to the show.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
Sure. And I am one of those who relies on an Amazon Alexa speaker on a daily basis. I'm sure you do as well.
Absolutely.
It's great. It just adds so much convenience. The hands-free interaction using my voice to ask a question or give a command, including controlling my smart home devices. So I love it. But before we talk about Alexa and some of your best uses for the technology, tell us a bit about Voice Brew.
Voice Brew is the first ever digital media company dedicated to helping people get the most out of voice assistants, focusing on Amazon Alexa. So we send our subscribers a free email newsletter with the latest tips on how to use Alexa, and voicebrew.com is a one-stop resource for easy-to-understand guides, advice, and tips on everything Alexa.
And why do you think Alexa-powered devices like Amazon Echo are so popular? I touched on the convenience earlier, but what do you think it is about it? It's just that it works so well?
That's a great question, Mark. So the Echo, which was the first smart speaker to market, has only been around for 5 years. And already 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. has a smart speaker with a voice assistant. And I think the reason people love them is that they are really easy to use. You know, we've gotten used to tapping and clicking, but talking is actually the most natural way that people communicate, even with technology. It's just so much easier to say, Alexa, play 80s music, than to open up your phone, navigate to your music app, connect to your Bluetooth speakers, and so on. But voice assistants like Alexa are getting better very fast. Most people don't know this, but Amazon has 10,000 employees dedicated to Alexa.
Wow. There's also a relatively low price of admission, right? I mean, with the Echo Dot, for example, I've seen them on sale for like, what, $39? So you really don't have to spend a lot because all the technology is really on the back end. It's really on Amazon's side. And that speaker with the microphone built in, or some of them have screens now, that's just sort of a conduit to that data. It doesn't really reside locally, correct?
That's right. It's all happening up on Amazon's cloud. And you can actually get an Echo Dot for $30 most of the time. And sometimes it even goes down to $25. So you're right. The price of admission is low.
So now talk to us about Voice Brew 22. What is it exactly? And how do you know that these 22 features or uses for Alexa are popular among your users?
The Voice Brew 22 is a list of the 22 best uses for Alexa right now. So like any new technology, people are still figuring out how to best use Alexa. And half of smart speaker owners have never even tried a third-party voice application, such as like an Alexa skill would be a third-party voice application.
Right. Amazon calls those third-party add-ons skills, right? Capital S, K-I-L-L. And these are third-party, like you have to choose to add it onto your device through an app.
Yes. And that's like saying that half of people who have iPhones have never downloaded an app from the App Store.
Right.
That's a pretty crazy thing to think about. So the Voice Brew 22 list gives people a sense of where to start with Alexa. And it's based on proprietary data collected from the Alexa Skill Store, user surveys, extensive feature testing, and wisdom from the Alexa and Amazon Echo Reddit communities.
All right, so these are all 22 different skills, or are there some of these features that Amazon has offered that people just don't know about yet?
It's a mix of third-party skills, but also features that people just are not using yet.
We're chatting with Catherine Prescott, founder and editor of Voice Brew, and she's an Amazon Alexa expert. So without further ado, Catherine, let's cover the top 5 uses for Alexa based on your latest Voice Brew 22 list.
The first killer app for Alexa has definitely been listening to music.
Right.
Alexa makes it so easy to play music at home. So you just say, Alexa, play Bruce Springsteen, and Bruce magically comes on. Second, Alexa really simplifies starting your smart home. You mentioned this earlier, Mark. And I recommend starting with smart lights. It's really magical to turn on the lights with your voice. And there's a misconception that you need all kinds of wiring and new light fixtures, but really all you need is to buy a few smart light bulbs. And the setup is much easier than most people think. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you do need a hub like the Philips Hue system, but I know some of the newer solutions don't require a hub to add to your router. It just the bulbs just join your Wi-Fi, so it is getting easier all the time. That's
right, exactly. The third use case that I love is Alexa has made waking up in the morning so much nicer for me. So you can easily set up an Alexa wake-up routine to gradually turn on your smart lights, read you the news, the weather, traffic, and play your Get Out of Bed playlist.
And is that a third-party skill, or can you, through the Alexa app on your smartphone or tablet, can you set a wake-up routine through Alexa directly?
So you would set up your wake-up routine through Alexa directly, but then when it comes to news, for example, you can choose news from almost any third-party news source that you can think of that has a flash briefing.
Got it.
And include that as part of your routine.
All right. Your fourth top best uses for Alexa today.
Number 4, Alexa is a fantastic kitchen companion. People, myself included, absolutely love using Alexa while they're cooking. For timers, unit conversions, adding to shopping lists, Alexa can even remember where you keep infrequently used kitchen tools like a garlic press.
I love that feature. I've written about it before. So you can tell Alexa, I'm keeping this utensil in this cupboard, and if I ask you, remind me where it is. And so you could say, where do I keep that grandma's wooden spoon? And she'll tell you, being Alexa, the voice, she'll say, Mark, it's in your top left drawer. You told me to remind you it's in your bottom right-hand drawer, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's such a helpful Alexa use.
And you can use also Alexa for recipes in the kitchen.
Yeah, of course. So you can have Alexa read you a recipe. And if you have an Alexa with a display, you can even see the recipe shown by Alexa on the screen.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in a moment, Catherine. Another thing you may not want to ask Alexa in the kitchen is how many calories are in what you're about to eat, because she'll tell you.
She will tell you.
We'll continue chatting with Catherine from Voice Brew in a couple of moments from now for her fifth and final tip, and I'll share one of my favorites as well. But before we continue on with today's Tech It Out, this show is powered by ASUS. Thank you for your ongoing support. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops, desktops, monitors, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and much, much more, including their line of gaming gear. They've got their ROG or Republic of Gamer laptops and desktops and accessories for the most discerning gamer out there. So they've done really well with that. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. They're one of my favorite tech companies, and I'm thrilled and honored to have them as a partner of mine on Tech It Out each and every week. When we return, more Alexa tips and tricks from Voice Brew. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Listen to Check It Out whenever you want. Find the Check It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, welcome back to Tech It Out on the Radio America Network. We're chatting with Catherine Prescott, founder and editor of Voice Brew. She's also an Amazon Alexa expert, and we're talking about Voice Brew 22, the 22 best uses for Alexa today. And we're just about to end off with her list, and I'm going to recommend one of my favorite tips as well.
I'll finish off with my fifth and one of my favorite Alexa use cases, and one that's growing really fast. And that's using Alexa to buy stuff. So when I need to reorder paper towel, I just say, Alexa, buy paper towel. She knows the one I last ordered on Amazon, and she can just place the order for it. It's so much easier than pulling out your phone, going to the Amazon app, or going to the Amazon website. So I think that, voice commerce and buying things with Alexa is something that we're going to see a lot more of.
And would it send those items one by one, or does it queue them all up so it's all part of a larger order? Because maybe some of these items can be bundled together. You know what I mean? I don't know if everybody wants to have 25 packages of groceries, or other items, household items delivered to their door every week. Can you add it to like a shopping list instead?
You can add it to a shopping list. Yeah, you can add it to your cart, or you can just have Alexa buy it right then and there.
Very cool. One of my favorite underrated features of Alexa and other smart speakers, including the Google Home ones, is placing a call to any phone number in the US or Canada for free. And you don't need a landline or a mobile phone connection to do it. It just uses Wi-Fi. It's VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol technology. So you can say, either one of three things, actually. You could say, call, Mary Smith. And if Mary Smith is in your address book, then it'll call her by the number you've got. And you could say, of course, mobile or work or home. You can say dial, and then you say the 10-digit phone number. Or you can even call a business by saying, call the Home Depot on the corner of, ABC and XYZ Street, and it'll try to locate that store and call it for you. So pretty neat stuff.
Absolutely. That's another great one.
Great. All right. So you mentioned earlier, Catherine, the smart displays starting to become popular. So instead of a microphone and a speaker, these are a microphone and a speaker as well as a screen and a camera. Tell us about, for example, the Amazon Echo Show product.
So the first thing I'd say is you're going to start to see a lot more smart displays in people's homes. And here's why. We saw millions of people buying smart displays over the past year. And this is going to really accelerate with Amazon's announcement just a few weeks ago about the new Echo Show 5. It's the first affordable smart display priced at $90, so less than the standard Echo Smart speaker. So this new Echo Show 5, I believe, is going to be the down-the-middle smart speaker / smart display that everyone gets. The second point I want to make is that smart displays will provide a dramatically better and richer user experience for people compared to smart speakers. And that's because with a smart display, users get audio and visual output, as you said, Mark, from their voice assistant like Alexa or Google Home or whatever it is. And I think that this improvement is comparable to the shift from radio to TV. So, for example, with a smart display, instead of listening to Alexa read you instructions on how to cut a mango, you can actually see the step-by-step in a video. When you want to buy something you haven't bought before with Alexa, you can browse shopping options on the screen instead of listening to Alexa read out product details. When you're listening to music and you want to know the song that's playing, you can just look at the screen to find out instead of stopping the song to ask Alexa what it is. And the list really goes on.
Right. You can watch YouTube videos and other TV shows and movies. You can make video phone calls. You can look at a weather forecast, not just hear it, but see like a 7-day forecast with animation and graphics. And as you said, the list goes on and on and on. So there's a lot of benefits to sight along with sound to complement what you hear. So that's going to definitely be a popular product. I agree with you. So Catherine, as we wrap up, what's the best place to learn more about Voice Brew and to sign up for that? Is it an email newsletter, you said?
Yes. Go to voicebrew.com and sign up for our free email newsletter. You'll get the latest tips so you can get the most out of your Alexa. And you can also find Voice Brew on Facebook and Instagram.
All right. It's one word, Voice Brew, capital V and capital B. Catherine Prescott, I've really enjoyed our chat. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Thanks so much, Mark.
Hey, I'd love to ask you, our valued listeners, do you use a smart speaker, be it Alexa, Google, Siri, or other? And why? What do you use them for the most? I would say that music is the number one application in our home for sure, as well as smart home control and some other things like getting the news and recipes and stuff. But I'd love to hear from you. You can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. You can always find me, Marc Saltzman, Mark with a C, _Saltzman on Twitter. And then on Instagram, it's simply Marc Saltzman directly. Or you can even email me privately. I'd love to hear from you. tech@marcsaltzman.com. That's TECH at MARC SALTZMAN.com. On that note, since I did celebrate the 100th episode of Tech It Out last weekend, I'd love to hear from you going forward for the next 100 shows, I hope. What do you want to hear more of? What do you want to hear less of? Do you have any guests or topic recommendations, things you don't like about the radio show or podcast? I'd love to get your feedback. If you do like the program, I would love to see more reviews, for better or for worse, on the podcast websites like iTunes. I've noticed that there's only a few reviews, so I'm hoping hey, I know people are downloading and subscribing, so I'm assuming that you're digging it. I hope so, but please let me know if you like it by clicking on one of the 5 stars, so that would help tell others that it's worth downloading if you do like the program. As you know, my goal each week is to break down geek speak into street speak. All right, we'll be right back with more Tech It Out. Stay with us.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Marc Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a great weekend. You're listening to Tech It Out. Whether it be in movies or TV shows, many of us have seen what might be referred to as the command center of an airport. You know, that one room with many screens showing many different areas, lots of people standing around and watching and typing info into keyboards. Well, guess what? That really does happen in hospitals and care facilities, thanks to the folks at GE Healthcare Partners. This team at GE Healthcare Partners doesn't land planes, but their tech can save lives. Joining us with more on this command center technology, we've got Jeff Terry on the line. He's the CEO of Clinical Command Centers at GE Healthcare Partners. We also have Dr. Peter Chang, Vice President of Care Transitions and Chief Medical Informatics Officer at Tampa General. Welcome to the show, Jeff and Peter.
Good morning. Thank you.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So, Jeff, let's start at a high level. What is GE Healthcare and why a clinical command center?
Sure. Well, GE Healthcare is a leading global med tech company. We help patients with technology like CTs, MRIs, anesthesia machines, and, of course, software. A clinical command center is a team of people using artificial intelligence to optimize the delivery of patient care around the clock. That's needed because patients, of course, need the best outcomes, and we all need a health system that's affordable. Without something like a GE's command center, it's impossible to put data to work quickly enough to make a difference for patients in the moments that matter. Mm-hmm. And that's where clinical command centers make a difference.
So it's kind of like eyes on the ground there, even seen remotely. So what are the kinds of things you're looking for exactly?
Sure. We're expediting patients that are delayed, spotting when maybe there's a gap between one clinical service and another clinical service, helping make sure patients transition to the next moment in their care journey, whether that's from the acute setting to a post-acute setting like a nursing home or a staff nursing facility, or whether that's moving into an acute setting through an ED. At each of those moments in a patient's journey, we're helping to make sure that things move smoothly and that patients and the care teams have what they need to deliver the best care for patients.
Got it. Can you please clarify what ED stands for?
Oh, thanks. Emergency department.
Okay. All right. So ER or ED. I got it. Okay, cool.
That's right.
So, Peter, are these command centers focused on specific areas, say, for example, high risk or ICU patients?
Well, our ICU patients, again, as you mentioned, are the highest risk patients in the hospital. They're a focus of our clinical command centers, but really it's every single patient that walks through the door. And really, it's about trying to make their care as efficient as possible and also the safest care possible.
All right. And so, Jeff, from what I understand, this technology can process literally hundreds of thousands of messages regarding patients on a daily basis. Can you elaborate?
That's right. At Tampa General, we're processing between 5 and 10 messages every second. And within about 30 seconds, GE's artificial intelligence has updated the data models and updated its forecasts or suggested an action, and presenting all of that information in a format about like you'd find on your smartphone. And that's the key, is to extract value from the massive amount of data and then present it to command center staff so they can consider taking an action.
And what is a message exactly? Can you clarify what that means?
I think more or less every time somebody hits enter on a keyboard or in a machine, that sends a message from one terminal to a database.
Okay. So there is still some manual input there at the hospital level.
Yeah, data is being inputted manually every second in a hospital, in a health system, and that's flowing through dozens of software systems and machines, and it tends to live in silos. And what our system is able to do is pull all that data together and connect the dots in near real time.
All right.
Yeah, Mark, I can elaborate a little bit on that.
Please.
When you start looking at electronic health records, those are the systems that our healthcare providers live in and day out. It's really how they take care of patients and track the progression of care for patients. Also, when we start looking at how medications are administered, it tracks every time, the patient gets the medicine and when that medicine is finished infusing, if it's an IV one. So what the GE software does is actually look at all of that, thousands, hundreds of thousands of messages that could happen on an individual patient, and aggregates it in a view that you can understand from a much higher level. It really makes a clear picture of what's going on with the patient, how we can identify disease processes earlier by looking at information that's sort of buried inside of our electronic health record.
So, Peter, from a physician's perspective, this system obviously better helps your patients, which at the end of the day is your MO. But is this different from what other companies are doing with AI in healthcare?
Yes, Mark, it's much different than what other companies are doing. When you look at artificial intelligence in healthcare, it's a very confusing notion, because what we need to do is be able to marry artificial intelligence with the clinical knowledge and skills of our healthcare provider. And I think that's the piece that everyone sort of leaves out. And so with GE, what we've been able to do is partner in a way where their artificial intelligence is empowering our bedside providers to be able to diagnose diseases quicker in the disease process. It also helps us make sure that patients get on a pathway and then stay on that specific pathway.
Mm-hmm. And Jeff, from GE Healthcare Partners' perspective, what would you say is the most important message that you'd like to convey regarding this command center technology?
Well, I think it's, number one, that the possibilities are virtually endless. This toolkit of combining artificial intelligence with human intelligence scales to staffing and pathways and disease management and long-term care and so much more. And that it's so important that this isn't technology for technology's sake. This is about helping caregivers with the real problems that they face every day in the massively complex and important environment of patient care.
And I know many of our listeners across the country are physicians, or they work for a healthcare facility, be it a small clinic, a medium-sized doctor's office, a hospital, or some other sort of healthcare center. So if they wanted to learn more about GE Clinical Command Centers, is there a website where they can glean more information?
Yeah, there is. It's gehealthcare.partners/cc.
All right, so that's not .com. Let's clarify. It's simply gehealthcare.partners/CC, which stands for Command Centers. Is that right?
That's right. Thanks, Mark.
Okay, thank you, Jeff Terry and Dr. Pete Chang. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on your work to date. Very exciting, impactful technology, so thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Mark.
When we return on Tech It Out, I'll share a few great gadget gift ideas for the grad in your home. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Marc Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, which is brought to you by ASUS, creating technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. Visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. Let's get the obvious out of the way here. Grads and dads can be hard to buy for. I know Father's Day has passed, but I know people are still buying gifts for that grad in their home, and a gift card is predictable and impersonal. What to do? Maybe a high-tech toy this year will do the trick. And so I showed a bunch of gadgets on TV over the past couple of weeks, and here are some highlights. Get that pen ready. Here we go. Why invest in a smart speaker when you can have a smart display? The just-launched Google Nest Hub for $169 at Best Buy is a sleek companion that lets you ask a question or give a command, but along with hearing information, you're seeing it too. Glance at a week-long weather forecast, recipe instructions, news headlines, and even puppy videos on YouTube. You can also control other smart home devices with the Google Nest Hub, such as seeing people at your front door, adjusting the temperature on a Wi-Fi thermostat, and so on. At retail or online, Best Buy is the only place to get the exclusive aqua color of the Google Nest Hub that I showed on TV. If that grad in your home is a gamer, I've got a bunch of ideas for you. The Nintendo Switch is a versatile gaming platform because it's both a portable gaming system you can play on the go, as well as a home console because it snaps into a docking station, which is included to connect to your TV. It costs $299 and supports many great games, including the upcoming Super Mario Maker 2, a game that lets you create, play, and share your very own side-scrolling Super Mario levels. Love it. Speaking of gaming, two more gift ideas. Omen by HP is an ultra-high-performance laptop designed for those who take their interactive entertainment seriously. It delivers desktop-like performance, but in a portable form factor, with the latest processor and graphics options, so you can game on the go. Omen by HP is also VR ready for virtual reality headsets that demand a high-end Windows PC. Omen by HP costs $11.99. And if you already have a gaming PC but would like a better monitor, I also showed on TV this week the LG Ultra Gear 34-inch monitor with FreeSync technology. This ultra-wide and curved monitor is perfect for your 9-to-5 work life, but also for your 5-to-9 downtime, as it has AMD's Radeon FreeSync, so it's super fast to keep up with the latest games, with 1 millisecond response times. It costs $10.49. Next up, a super cool Bluetooth speaker, one with a great retro look to it as well, I showed Klipsch's The One. It's a precision-tuned premium wireless speaker with exceptional lows, mids, and highs. This compact speaker can fill a room with clear, powerful, and well-balanced sound. As for that retro design, it enjoys a wood veneer finish and copper switches and knobs. Really, it looks classic, very cool. And if you don't want to keep it plugged in, The One's battery lasts up to 8 hours on a single charge. From Klipsch, this product costs $299. If you're just joining us now, I'm sharing some gadget gift ideas ranging in price from $49 all the way up to a giant TV if you want to splurge on you and your family this summer. I'll get to that in a moment. If the grad in your home takes his or her coffee seriously, the Nespresso Expert is a premium coffee machine with 3 temperature settings, 4 coffee cup sizes, and there's a high-tech component as well, a companion app on your smartphone or tablet allowing you to brew on demand from anywhere in the home, or you can schedule a brew, as well as manage the capsules and order more too. It holds recipes on the app. The Nespresso Expert costs $260. If the grad in your home could benefit from a new PC, and if the budget permits, Microsoft Surface Book 2 is a powerful and versatile 15-inch device to take on the go. It offers 4 times the power as the original Surface Book and up to 17 hours of battery life. As for its versatility, it's both a tablet and a laptop because you can detach the screen at any time. Love it. The Surface Book 2 costs $10.99. And why not give the gift of travel to that grad in your home, perhaps before they go off to college or starting in the workforce, by using an app like Travel Zoo. It's a free app that publishes the best travel deals for Americans. An example is a trip from the U.S. to Iceland for as low as $549, or $49 flights to dozens of cities within the U.S. via Southwest, or $7.99 to Portugal for 7 days, including airfare, hotel, and rental car. You get the idea. These are the kinds of deals that you can find on Travel Zoo, which you can download for free to your Android or iPhone device. Finally, proving that they can remain leaders in innovation, Samsung has just released its first 8K TV to the public. That delivers 4 times the resolution of a 4K TV. In plain English, you've never seen a more lifelike picture. And no, there is not a lot of 8K content yet, aside from a few YouTube videos, but it can upconvert or upscale other content to near 8K quality, thanks to Samsung's AI or artificial intelligence. It's available in 65 inches all the way up to 98 inches, budget and wall size permitting. These TVs are absolutely stunning. Samsung.ca has more on their new QLED 8K TVs that you probably have seen advertised over the NBA Finals. As you can see, there's no shortage of great gadgets, gear, and games for grads, as well as that app, Travel Zoo, for a travel experience. So no shortage of great things. I'm just going to recap again right now all the products I just listed off in case you missed it. I talked about the Google Nest Hub, which is a smart display that lets you see, not just hear answers from your Google Assistant. I talked about the Nintendo Switch gaming console and the upcoming game Super Mario Maker 2. Omen by HP is a high-performance laptop to game on the go. I talked about the LG ultra-wide and curved monitor. It's got a 21:9 aspect ratio, so super wide. A Bluetooth speaker with a retro design. That's the Klipsch The One wireless Bluetooth speaker. I love the design on that. The Nespresso Expert is a premium coffee machine with an app that lets you control it all remotely. Microsoft's Surface Book 2 is a versatile laptop that can detach the screen and then be used as a tablet. No shortage of great ideas. We'll be right back with our final interview on Tech It Out.
Follow Marc Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
You may have heard of robotic baristas who can make you a coffee, or one that can flip hamburgers. But have you heard about a robotic bartender that can not only mix you a drink, but can dance a little and interact with patrons as well? That's the idea behind the aptly named R1B1, a robo bartender, which just made its debut at a bar restaurant in Montreal. Joining us on the line to explain is Cedric Montreux. He is the creator of the R1B1 robot. Welcome to the show, Cedric.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. It's an exciting time for you, I know, because the R1B1 has just started making drinks for the public. Tell us about this robot.
Yeah, this is an interactive robot, and his bartender, like it, the people, they have to come to see a robot just for for the drink. R1B1 is interactive, and he can talk to you, he can dance with you, he can make a prank to you.
All right, because this is radio, please help us understand what the R1B1 looks like. It's like a white robot kind of with large arms that can move around the bar, right?
Yes, it's a robot. It's like a robot for a company who are making like industry, for industry company. And the robot, it's like more than 3,000 kilo. So that's really big machine. When I saw this machine, and I said, oh my God, we can do something more human with that. And it took me 2 years, and I made it.
So it took you 2 years to build the R1B1 robot. And does it actually hold the glass for you? Like, does it actually mix the drinks? Like, if you ask for a vodka martini, it will understand what you want and mix it? Or does it just serve it to you?
Alors, if you ask a vodka martini, he won't serve you because you have 2 alcohol in the glass. But if you ask a vodka and tonic water, he's going to understand you and to serve you. If you ask a champagne, glass of wine, whiskey and coke, he understands it and he can serve you. If you want a beer, too, he can make beer.
All right. So there's some limitations on what the R1B1 can create. So it can't do complicated recipes, if you will.
Yeah, he won't do mojitos, and he won't do like cocktail of mixology.
Okay, so it actually makes the drink. So let's say I ask for a screwdriver. It knows to pour orange juice and vodka together with ice. It can do this, right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, he will.
That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, talk to us again about what it says to you. It can tell you jokes. Is this artificial intelligence, or are they just like pre-recorded responses? Tell us a bit about the interaction.
Yeah. Alors, this is not intelligence artificial, like you say. When you come, the best example, it's if you go with your girlfriend to the bar and the bartender try to pick up a little bit your girlfriend, you are not very happy. The thing is, the robot, you go to see the robot, and the robot try to pick up your girlfriend is going to make you loud. So it's going to make prank about that. That's crazy when he do that, because we gave him a personality, and in his personality he like women. So when you are a woman, he is always like, oh, you're beautiful, oh, you're nice, oh, I like your hair, and a lot of things like that.
All right. And does it have a camera for eyes? How does it see who it's talking to?
There is a laser on the right eyes, and that means he is going to speak. He is speaking with you. And on the left eye, there is a camera, because we need to know how many people there is, the color of your clothes, and stuff like that.
Interesting. Now, you go to your restaurant in Montreal, and this is an exclusive place, Cedric, that has the R1B1 for now. But is your plans to make this mass-produced and have this across the country or across the world?
It's the first one, so now we have to making famous, and I wish some people they will want to try the experience.
All right, so the website is www.le1616.ca.
Exactly.
All right, Cedric Montreal, good luck with this. It's very exciting. I encourage our listeners to, at the very least, go on the internet and see some videos of the robot in action. It's pretty fascinating.
Thank you very much. You're welcome when you come in Montreal.
Thank you very much. I'll be there. I'm going to check this out.
Okay. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Well.
Thank you, Cedric. A robotic bartender. What will they think of next? Thanks for listening to Tech It Out, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Tech It Out is brought to you by ASUS, creating technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. ASUS, for those in search of incredible. Visit asus.com/US/radio for more info on their great products. That's ASUS.com/US/radio. I'm wishing you all a great rest of your weekend, and I look forward to catching up with you next time on Tech It Out, episode 102. Bye-bye for now.